Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efene, the great Malabite.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, we'll start this review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, Tinubu, U.S. court order of $460,000 forfeiture against me not enforceable. Says order was never registered in any Nigerian court. APC joins INEC, urges panel to dismiss Atiku PDP's petitions. President-elect's media team meets foreign press in U.S., dismiss rigging claims. Yes, of course, the hearing at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal continues. And of course, the team of the President-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, yes, insisting that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal lacked necessary jurisdiction to enforce the purported decision of a United States District Court that ordered the forfeiture of the sum of $460,000 in some U.S. bank accounts linked to Tinubu in 1993. Well, of course, these are positions being put forward at the appropriate time. The tribunal will give its verdict in all of these. But we just move on to other stories. Now, of course, other newspapers reporting from the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, the Vanguard newspaper, presidential poll, APC, PDP fight over validity of outcome. Why APC's electoral victory must not stand, PDP Presidential Campaign Council says judiciary on trial must save Nigeria. Tinubu's victory reflects will of Nigerians. APC insists, tells Atiku, we didn't supply beavers to INEC. He insists, whipping up sentiments won't help PDP's case. Yes, of course, the back and forth continues, but just above the masthead there, Wike called me 19 times in 2 hours, lobbying to be running Atiku's running mate, Dino Melaye, making that statement there. Yes, of course, the report of Nyesom Wike, governor of Rivers State, deriding the governorship aspiration of Dino Melaye in the countdown to the Kogi election that will come up sometime in the future. And of course, Dino Melaye responding, saying that Wike called him 19 times in 2 hours, lobbying to be Atiku's running mate. Perhaps, yes, I'm sure many Nigerians have that hint that if only Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP, had picked Nyesom Wike and not Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, there would have been no G5 governors as we know them most recently. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, also from the tribunal, 25% FCT votes not needed to win presidency. INEC tells tribunal it can declare winner without recourse to beavers, electronic transmission, others. Of course, positions being argued at the tribunal. Now, the Nation newspaper, also reporting from the tribunal, Obi lacks right to contest my victory. Tinubu tells tribunal, Shetima validly nominated as running mate. APC, Atiku, PDP can't query president-elect's qualification. Now, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the lead story, Obi's impersonator may implicate him. Labour Party raises alarm. Narrates how he was harassed at Heathrow Airport. Of course, the report is all over the place that the Labour Party candidate, Peter Obi, was harassed at the Heathrow Airport and alleging that, in fact, there is somebody impersonating him, and which Labour Party is now raising an alarm that If this is not checked, there are plans to implicate Peter Obi in something he did not know about. But the story below the photograph, tragedy, a 7-story building collapses in Banana Island. No fatality. Government experts question stage certification of Lagos State Building Control Agency. Yes, our correspondent, Obadui, just reported from outside, yes, the Banana Island. Why will they be keeping the journalists? What has happened is of public interest. And I hope the Commissioner for Information in Lagos State, even the governor, will wade into this so that the Commissioner for Physical Planning, they should all make themselves available. This is one collapse too many in Lagos State. This is not the time for cover up, if that is what they want to do. Let journalists have access to the place. Let the officials who are in charge talk to journalists. What has happened? How many people have died? Nobody died. That is not enough. Yes, a structural engineer sent me a message this morning saying that for this to collapse, and they are saying no casualties, there must be something fishy. So we are calling on the government of Lagos State, the governor, the information commissioner, as well as the commissioner for physical planning, to ensure that journalists have access to that estate. You cannot have this kind of tragedy, this kind of collapse, 7-story building in a high-brow neighborhood, and you are saying journalists will not come to that site. Are you covering up something? You have to tell us. Nigerians want to know, Lagosians want to know. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, 10th house, Gbajabiamila moves against deputy orders. Roots for Abbas as successor. First female reps elect, Onoha joins race. Reps Northern Caucus weighs option. APC will decide 10th assembly leadership after Ramadan. Yes, the Daily Trust newspaper, anxiety in Adamawa, Kebbi, others ahead of supplementary polls. 36,935 voters to determine Fintiri Benani's fate. Yes, the supplementary election taking place April 15. 94,209 to decide Bagudu's successor. Wamako, Tambowa, Marafa, Bilbis, others in final battle for Senate. Expect seamless election process, police is assuring. Well, the Punch newspaper, CBN Forex ban, Nigerians imported 18 trillion naira cooking oil, meat, others in 7 years report. Importers ordered agri, animal products, others from Asia, EU, African countries. Firms sourced dollars at parallel markets over CBN Forex ban on 41 items. Yeah, of course, the CBN ban on certain items does not mean importers of those items will not look elsewhere for Forex. If you are wondering why there is so much inflation, yes, perhaps this has also contributed, because when you import food items with the parallel market rates, goods are likely to be expensive. Now, the Guardian newspaper, 800 million World Bank subsidy palliatives. Nigerians share $747 million. Logistics of sharing that money will go up $53 million. Well, I don't know how logistics will share that, will go up that amount of money from a loan we are going to pay back. You use $53 million of that amount as logistics to share $747 million to the Nigerians, 50 million Nigerians, we are told, will benefit from that amount. Now, the Business Day newspaper, Senate presidency race stokes Muslim ticket concerns. Of course, many are saying that the race for the next Senate president, yes, as it's sorting up, is reigniting the Muslim ticket, because it has been said by politicians and stakeholders that if the Senate president is a Muslim, that will be taking the Muslim matter too far. Of course, Ndoma Egba suggested on this program that even if the Senate president is coming from the north, they should pick the northern Christian. And I don't think that would be asking for too much. The foreign newspapers, quickly. The Times of London, British lives at risk from US secret leaks. MPs, members of parliament, are saying Pentagon fears more revelations to come. Of course, the British lives have been put at risk. How the US intelligence leaks happen, only the US will explain after thorough investigation. But from that leak, it is clear that Britain has deployed 50 elite troops to Ukraine, and that in itself is another matter altogether. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Biden pledges $6 billion investment if Stormont power sharing is restored. President tells audience, people, and peace and economy security go together. Ruben, diplomacy sweetened with economic offer. That's what Biden has just done in Northern Ireland.
It remains to be seen whether that will make the difference that he seeks. But you recall that President Biden had said that his main priority going to Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland in the context of the 25th anniversary of the peace deal, the Good Friday Agreement, will be peace, to ensure peace. And it's in that context that he met with the warring parties, warring in quotes here, of Northern Ireland to see how they can come together and form a government. Would the amount that he's offering be an incentive? It remains to be seen. But in the UK, the more exciting story for me is a major story that the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, after the publication of his memoir, Spare, is going to attend the coronation of his dad on May 6th. But I understand that we need to go back to Ikoyi where, there is a development.
I came to you in the morning. You didn't say anything. I told you all the leaders. Look at them here. And this, that the PRO will invite you at the right time. Excuse me. And that does not give you the room. Excuse me. It doesn't give you the room to force yourself into this thing. There are security protocols in here. And I told you all of that before I left. I addressed you. You force yourself.
Are you aware there is a collapse bill? So this is a public...
It's no longer a news. It's all over the media.
It's not all over the media.
It's all over the media. There's a collapse building. And I told you, there's going to be a press conference. All the press will be here. I have spoken to you, and I told you, you can't force yourself in. It's wrong. This is, I don't know what to call this.
But somebody called us to come in.
Who?
Somebody called.
Nobody called you.
Are you aware
I
there's
did
freedom
not.
of the press?
What?
Are you aware there's freedom of the press?
There is freedom of the press, but you cannot force yourself in. You can't force your. We gave you a bail. We're going to attend to you.
We'll be standing there for us.
You'll be standing there for us. The PRO will come around to talk to you. I have attended to you in the morning.
When is the PRO coming?
The PRO is going to talk to you.
When is it coming?
I can't get. He's gonna attend to you. Like I said, he's gonna attend. You can see how aggressive. You can. You have your... Excuse me.
The level of illiteracy in this country. I mean, the man there insisting on his own ignorance so forcefully. I hope he will be identified by those journalists and it will be reported, you know, that this is the quality of leadership that you have in that particular estate. When news occurs, you don't need to come and invite journalists and determine how to do. They do their work. PRO. You want to, you know, cover up the truth. Well, I'm sure that all Nigerians are interested in what is happening in that Banana Island estate. And if there are people in that estate who are watching this particular program, they should be thoroughly embarrassed that this is the quality of leadership that they have in that estate. Well, thank you very much, Emmanuel.